Let's take a look at Genshin Impact's wishing or banner system. Wishing in Genshin Impact is part of its gacha mechanic, and it can be pretty complicated for new players. So the goal of this video is to help you understand the ins and outs of it by breaking down the different components. First of all, for new players, you will be introduced to Primogems and the two types of fates that are found in the game, Acquaint Fates and Intertwined Fates. Acquaint Fates are the blue-colored fates, and they are used for the standard wish banner. Intertwined Fates have a pearlescent pink and purple color, and these are the more important of the two fates that are used far more often. When you first begin playing the game, you will see on the wish screen that there is a special wish banner called the Beginner's Wish. This banner only appears one time, and you are guaranteed to get a copy of the 4-star character Noelle. As a new player, it is a good idea to exhaust the amount of wishes that this banner gives you, so that you can get the maximum rewards from it. Noelle is a helpful character to have early on in the game.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
She can protect other characters with her shields, as well as help heal your team. She is also a great character to use to mine for ores because she is a claymore wielder. So for new players, she can be very valuable starting out. Once you have exhausted the wishes on the Beginner's Wish banner, you are left with the remaining wish banners that you will see throughout the rest of your time playing Genshin. The standard wish banner is the only one that uses the blue Acquaint Fates. It can be tempting when you are a new player to use your Primogems to get the blue Acquaint Fates and wish on the standard banner. However, the more that you play the game, you will begin to realize that there is more value in gathering the Intertwined Fates to use on the featured character banners instead. The other banners that are available besides the standard wish banner is the weapon banner Epitome Invocation and the featured character banners, of which there are currently 2 at the time of this recording. Hopefully in the future, Hoyoverse will add more featured character banners, but for now, there are 2 at any one time. So let's take a look at the standard wish banner first. The standard wish banner has a specific set or pool of characters that you can get technically at any time. You can either wish one wish at a time using a single fate, or you can save up until you have 10 fates and do a bulk wish of 10 wishes at once. There are 3 rarity levels of weapons and 2 rarity levels of characters that come from wishing on banners. The 3-star rarity is exclusive to weapons, and you can think of these as very common items. 4-star rarity characters and weapons could be considered uncommon, and 5-star rarity characters and weapons are the rare rewards that you can get from banners. You are guaranteed a 4-star character or weapon every 10 wishes. 4 stars can be either characters or weapons, and you may get a 4-star more quickly than 10 wishes, or it's possible that you may even get multiple 4-star characters or weapons in a 10-wish period. The guarantee of 10 wishes for a 4-star is just the maximum amount of wishes that you will have to make before you get one. On the standard banner, the 4-star that you will receive is completely random. So you could get any 4-star character that's currently in the game, as well as a selection of weapons that the standard banner provides. The 5-star characters and weapons are the big draw. These are the things that everyone is really after, as the rarity makes them much less frequent to actually obtain. In order to get a 5-star character or weapon, the maximum amount of wishes that are required is 90. However, it is pretty unusual if it actually takes the full 90 wishes. This is simply the upper limit, so you will most likely receive a 5-star sooner than that.
D-Luke of Mondstadt. Not interested in idle chit-chat. If you have things you want to get done, let me know.
But they are much more rare to get than a 4-star character or weapon, and they typically require many more wishes. On the standard banner, the 5-star characters are a specific set of around 8 characters at the time of recording, and you will receive one of these characters at random when it is time for you to get a 5-star. So for example, let's say after 75 wishes you receive a 5-star, you don't actually get to pick which character it's going to be on the standard banner. It is also possible for you to get one of a selection of 5-star weapons on the standard banner instead of a character. Over time, Hoyoverse has added more weapons and characters to the standard banner, so the selection has grown. However, every time that they do that, your chances of getting the specific character or weapon that you are after becomes more difficult because the pool is larger. Next, we'll briefly discuss the weapon banner. As the name suggests, this banner is primarily for weapons. You cannot get any 5-star characters from the weapons banner. To begin with, you focus on one of 2 weapons that is featured on this banner at any given time. There are also a selection of 4-star weapons that will have a higher chance of appearing than usual. The weapon banner has the lowest amount of wishes required to get to a 5-star, and is at 80 wishes instead of 90 on the other banners. So the maximum amount of wishes you will need to use on a weapon banner to get a 5-star is 80. In a similar vein, the last type of banner is the featured character banners. Currently there are 2 of these that run at any given time, and they each have an individual featured character. Primarily, this will be the featured 5-star character, and they are 1 per banner, but there will also be 3 4-star characters that have a higher rate of appearing. These 4-star characters are shared across all featured character banners. For both the weapon banner and the featured character banner, the period that they are available is 3 weeks long. And after 3 weeks, the banners will rotate and new weapons and new characters will become featured. In other words, you have a 3-week period to get any specific character or weapon that is shown featured on the banners. And after that period has ended and the banners have changed, the previous featured 5-star characters or 5-star weapons will no longer be available. In the case of 4-star characters, they are always available from the featured banners or the standard banner. And when they are shown on the featured banner, it just means they are given a higher priority rating of appearing during that period. But you can still get them at any time, even if they are not one of the featured characters. In the case of 4-star weapons, on the weapon banner, there are some exclusive weapons that only appear on the weapon banner, so you can think of those in a similar way as the featured 5-star weapons, in the sense that they are not necessarily available anytime, like the 4-star characters are. After a featured 5-star character or 5-star weapon has left the banners, they will not be available in the game again until their banner comes back around. This can take anywhere from 4 months to 21 months and is more or less randomly decided by Hoyoverse as to when exactly they will bring any specific character back. The average wait time for a specific featured character to have their banner return is anywhere from 9 months to 15 months. So if you have a character on a banner that you want to get, the way that the game is designed, you're going to really want to try to get them during that 3-week period. Otherwise, it's going to be potentially a very long wait until they are even available in the game again. Unfortunately, this issue will probably continue to just get worse over time, until Hoyoverse decides to address it in such a way to actually mitigate the wait times, such as adding a third featured banner to the game, or some other means of getting character banners to come back around more frequently. Until then, all you can do is work around the system that is in place. Keep in mind that this restriction only applies to 5 stars, so your 4-star characters and weapons are much easier to obtain, and aside from the limited 4-star weapons on the weapons banner itself, many 4-star weapons are available from the standard banner as well as any featured banner. So you will receive these at a much more frequent rate, although there is still some randomness involved if you are looking for a specific weapon or character, even among the 4 stars. Similar to the weapon banner being exclusively 5-star weapons, the featured character banners will exclusively give you a character when you receive a 5-star. You will not receive any 5-star weapons from a featured character banner. You will, however, receive 4-star weapons just like you would on the standard banner. So even when you are wishing on a featured character banner, you can still receive 4-star weapons instead of 4-star characters every 10 wishes. Both the weapon banner and the featured character banners have what is called a guarantee system or a 50-50 system. When you reach your first 5-star on the weapons banner or the featured character banners, there is a 50-50 chance that it will be the featured weapon or character. If you lose a 50-50, that means that your next 5-star on that particular banner is guaranteed to be the featured weapon or character of the current banner. The featured banner also has its own 50-50 system, separate from the weapons banner, and so if you win the 50-50, you will receive the featured 5-star character.
I am Lolly from the Masters of the Nightwind. I have read the stars and seen the future through the obscuring smoke. You shall be blessed with good fortune and have the aid of powerful allies during your journey. Allow me to join you. Hey, I can be serious, but stop looking at me like that.
And if you lose the 50-50, then you will receive one of the 5-star characters that is available from the standard banner.
Hi there, I'm Tainari, Forest Watcher of the Avidia Forest.
For 4-star characters on the featured banner, if you win the 50-50, then you will get one of the 3 featured rate-up 4-star characters. Otherwise, if you lose a 50-50, you will receive either a 4-star weapon or a different character that is not one of the 3 featured rate-up characters. Another important aspect of the banners in Genshin Impact is the wish history feature, which is also often called the pity system. The wish history is separate for each type of banner, so the standard banner will have its own separate wish history, the weapons banner has its own unique wish history, and the 2 featured banners for featured characters actually share their wish history between each other. So the featured banner type as a whole shares a wish history, which means that if you wish on one featured banner, those wishes will carry over in your wish history to the other featured banner as well. In addition to that, the wish histories for all 3 types of banners carry over even after a banner period has ended and the banners have changed. So, for example, if you are playing during one 3-week banner period and you've made 20 wishes and you have not received a 5-star during that time, after the 3-week period and the banners have changed, new characters become available, and your 20 wish history that you made in the previous banners period will remain in your wish history and count toward your next 5-star. Every time you receive a 5-star, your wish history resets back to 0. There is also a similar system in place for 4 stars as well. You may hear a term online called soft pity, which is more of a soft cap rather than the hard cap of 90 wishes for a 5-star or 10 wishes for a 4-star. This soft pity is primarily focused on 5 stars, and the magic number for wishes is the 73 wishes mark. Anything beyond 73 wishes has a greatly increased chance of actually giving you a 5-star character if you have not gotten one by that point. In practice, what this usually means is that you will often receive your 5-star character somewhere in the 70 to 80 wishes range in a normal scenario. Now, these numbers are just for reference, and they are estimates because you can receive a 5-star much earlier than that if you are lucky. In some cases, you can even get them right after you have just gotten another 5-star character. So it is not so much a hard rule as the 90 wish limit, it is more of a general guideline, and there is always an element of randomness to it. This means you could get, for example, 2 or even 3 4-star characters or weapons in a 10-wish period, and there have even been cases of receiving multiple 5-star characters back-to-back. Or you may receive a 5-star character in the 30 to 40 wishes range. It really just depends, and it is not really in your control so much as it is just random. So you never know for sure what is going to happen.
Why are you just standing there with your mouth gaping? You must be stunned and at a loss for words. Understandable. It is I, after all, Fontaine's most beloved star, Farina.
The banner system in Genshin Impact can be quite complex, and there are a lot of nuances to it. But hopefully this has given you a decent idea of what to expect, and how to approach it in a way that will be the most helpful for you during your time enjoying the game. And speaking of enjoying things, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And check out these other Genshin Impact tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.